Hurry up, Kevin. Hurry up. It's time.
I'm back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark. My name is Tim, and tonight it is all about chapters, mortar, and lies. We've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about to you tonight. We've got the polls, as usual, along with two topics. One of those being DC Universe Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Dan's going to give us the rundown on that. And topic number 2 is the Choose the Next X-Man, the 2023 election that Marvel's got going on right now. As always, I am your host, Tim. Over on this side of me is the beautiful and doughy-eyed Sal, the Slab Guy. Sal, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am wonderful. Down below. We'll do that now. Go ahead, Sal.
All right, so you can
tell us where. There you go. Go ahead.
Come on. All right, so you can find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner or under Instagram on the Slab Guy 77. That's where you can find my stuff.
Down below me is Archduke Kevy. He is wonderful. He twirls his beard maniacally, and he is waiting for you to comment so he can respond. Kevin, where can people find you when you're not here?
There's a place on the interwebs called Facebook. And on Facebook, there is a group called Comic Character of the Day. And it also happens to correspond to the same name under Instagram, Comic Character of the Day. We post a different character, a different cover, question, humor, and news relating to this comic book geekery that we all love and adore. And we'd love to have you come check us out, join up, and maybe win some free swag that's going to be coming up somewhat relatively soon. Come and check us out. We'd love to have you.
That sounds wonderful. And last and certainly not least, we have the immortal, the ever so talented, the beautifully dressed Dan Kelly with his Shark Sandwich Spinal Tap t-shirt. If you haven't heard that album, ladies and gentlemen, go check it out. Dan, where can people find you and what can you do for them?
You can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. Commissions are open. Everything is priced cheap because I'm a cheap date. I could say my page, like Spinal Tap, also goes to 11, but I post art and music on there, and you'll be able to find some stuff like, hey, here's this Incredible Hulk that I did that I posted on there, and look at him. He's angry, and he will come get you if you don't like my page. I, too, am also close to 500 subscribers. I'm about 32 or 33 away from 500, so when I hit 500, I will pick a person at random and give them a free commission. So go check it out.
There you go.
Our lovely host up here who's got stuff going on.
Hi, my name's Tim. Welcome to the Codex Station. This is Codex After Dark. You know where to find me every week with the immortal Sonny Kruger and the wonderful Jamie J-Dubs on the Codex Podcast on Tuesdays and or Wednesdays. Don't forget to check that out. You can also see reviews that I put up, and you can find me here every so often on Codex After Dark and sometimes on Comic Character of the Week. Last week was She-Hulk, and I had a lot of fun with that with you guys. So, yeah.
And I will add that whenever he is on Comic Character of the Week, it seems to be always a character that you know nothing about.
I know next to zero about. I know their name, I know the color of their skin, and their power set, and that's it. And
it's like whenever Jamie asks you to do it, it's not a character that you're like super close with. It's like 2 days before. Hey, come do this podcast for this character.
Shoot, when you guys were doing Cyclops, I was like, Kevin, I hope you're not feeling good that week because I know a lot about Scott Summers. Nope, Kevin was there.
Buddy.
But anyways, before we get started with these polls, let's get some business out of the way. That'll take about 45 seconds before Sal lets us know where you can save 20% by using the keyword Codex. We are on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us. Make sure to hit the like, share, follow, subscribe button on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you are watching this wonderful program right now. If you like this long form content, be sure to let us know, and that will also let the YouTube algorithm know and the Twitch algorithm that this show needs to be shown to other people just like you. Sal, 20%, buddy. How can we do that?
we got to go here. We got to go to
Oh.
Heroes Corner Comics. If you go to heroescornercomics.com, or if you go on Facebook, as Kevin would say, look for Heroes Corner Comics there. But if you go online and go to their website, which you can find back issues, you can find slabs, you can find special variants, you can see even special exclusives as well. And if you use the coupon code of Codex, that's CODEX with no hyphen, you can save 20% on that order.
Do you have that written on the back of that card? Because you say that the exact same way every week. No, on the back of the card, like your cue card.
What's that? No,
Anyways.
I do not. It's ingrained into my brain.
Well,
It's like
ladies
a
and
Manchurian candidate. It's just up there. He knows.
It's just there.
Ladies
just
and
there.
gentlemen, even though Jamie is not here, Jamie is always here, and he's going to
Mhm.
use his sultry voice to
Oh,
tell
yeah.
us and show us how we can save 20%.
Take it away,
Bring it on
Jamie.
home.
What's up, everyone? If you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroes Corner Comics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword code X at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out.
You heard it
So-
from the man himself. 20%. Don't miss
Yep.
out.
Let me add here that Louis is actually using the previews subscription, I guess, process, and that's
Yep.
really easy and simple. You go online, you pick the issues that you want to subscribe to. You can choose if you want all the variants or if you want some of the variants. You can actually pick and choose and order just one shots of them if you wanted. So it's really easy to do.
There you go. It is a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what else is a no-brainer? Getting
Me.
these polls. Well, yes, but getting these polls started. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take it away, and then Dan will move down to you, and Sal will finish us off. Kevin doesn't have anything this week, but that's okay. You don't have to get books every week. Kevin's going to ooh and ah for us.
I do have one thing, and
Oh,
then
your pick of the week.
my pick of the week, but also I have not yet shown this off to everybody. This was one of the coolest Christmas gifts I've ever received. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have waited this long, but I got this from Sal
Nice.
Bro for Christmas.
Is that Cosmic Ghost Rider?
This is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider #1, 9.6. Look at that. That
Sal,
is
that's
really good.
amazing.
Nice.
And this is my first slab I've ever had in my life.
Welcome to the club.
What a
So,
great one to start
starting
on.
this dark,
One of
dark
us.
path.
One of us.
So, Kevin, before we get into showing comic books, what's your pick of the week this week?
My pick of the week, and I don't have it. I didn't get
It's
a
okay.
chance to go to my comic shop this week, but my pick of the week is going to be the Flash 1 Minute War Special #1. That run has been really fun, and the fact that they're coming out with like a special kind of history behind it is something I'm very excited about. So
Nice.
the Flash 1 Minute War Special #1 is my pick of the week.
There you
with
go.
that, back
All
up to
right.
you there, Tim.
Yeah, so I finally got back on the polls. My LCS in a town 20 minutes over. They are called My Guys Comics. Wes and I are going to be heading over there sometime soon to do a on the spot for you guys. His More Fun Comics did such a great job that we're going to do that for you guys too. But I got back on the poll list there. Got some stuff. I only got 3 books to show for that, but the rest of the stuff is things that I bought while I was there. But before we get into that, I'll show you this. So I went to a flea market today in a town about a half hour away, and they had comic books there, but typical with things like that, they were bent, they were torn, they were spider cracked to death, and they were asking way too much for them. I did find some cool things there, like I found a action figure set of it was Marvel Legends Machine Masters. It had Superior Iron Man and Machine Man, and it had the issue 0 for Secret Wars in it. That looks
Nice.
pretty crisp. So I'm going to try and figure out how to get that out and get that sent out. But I did find something else. Sonny and I had talked about this a couple of weeks ago, showing old wizards and heroes and things like that. Well, I discovered another magazine that was out around that time, and maybe you guys might recognize it. I sure didn't, but it's Overstreet's Fan, and this is issue number 22.
Oh, well.
I do not remember that one at all.
I didn't either. Dean Cain.
Dean Cain, Superman.
Terry Hatcher, yeah.
Terry Hatcher, or Lois Lane, rather.
Yeah. And I love the advertisement on the back. It's a blue Superman, and it says, "Shocking, we changed more than his hair this time." But yeah.
Kent.
Oh, I was just going to say the magazine is very similar to Wizard and to Hero, where it's got all kinds of different articles. They kind of make it really pop culture-ish. And in the back, they have a selected price guide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to be thumbing through that while I'm on the shitter. Sorry. One day.
You're dropping some kids off at the pool.
Yeah, taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
We actually call that Codex After Dark.
That is very true. After dark. But let's go ahead and go into the mail call. So this is one book that I got in the mail. I've got two other things coming, one from Atomic Avenue, and finally I have...
That's a cool site.
I love it. And finally I have Uncanny X-Men 251. So once I get that, I'll have an unbroken run from 247 to 544. But
nice.
Your microphone's kind of going weird there for a second.
Mine? Oh, give me a second. Let me take a peek at that real quick. Make sure that
it goes muffled and then you come back.
Okay. A little bit of technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. No big deal.
We're professionals here.
There you go. Okay. So to show you the mail call that I got, Batman and the Punisher.
Nice.
Oh, is that the Azrael Batman?
Azrael Batman.
John Paul Valley.
John Paul Valley. Yep. This is during the Nightfall storyline.
Did you know somewhat interesting about that? That was the first Marvel DC crossover that they had done in about a decade. The last one that they did before that was when they did the Teen Titans X-Men crossover.
Oh wow, I did.
And then George Perez was also working on the Avengers Justice League one that ended up getting canceled, even though he penciled like 20 pages of it. And they were also going to do a sequel to X-Men New Teen Titans that was going to be done by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. And the villains were going to be Brother Blood and the Hellfire Club.
Interesting.
And he was and Wolfman said that Chris Claremont, because Claremont and Simonson had done the other one, so this time it was going to be DC to do it. And he said that Claremont came over his place and typed out like the entire next year's worth of X-Men storylines and what they were going to be doing, where they were going to be going, so he would know what to do and what not to do for writing the book. And then because the editors at Marvel and DC got pissed off about the Justice League Avengers thing, they canceled that, and then they canceled the X-Men Teen Titans thing too. They didn't do another book until Batman Punisher.
Until that, ain't that something? Well,
Yeah.
there you go. A little history lesson from Dan. Let's move on to the polls I got. So I only have 3 this week, but next week I should have more. First off is Sins of Sinister. You guys showed that all over. I read this and I liked it, but I'm on the fence about it. This is not my pick of the week. That is for sure. But it's good, though a little confusing because I have not read a new X-Men issue in a long, long time. I read a little bit of AXE, and that was about it. But next on the list, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 18, Dark Web.
Nice.
So I'll be diving into this here pretty soon. And my pick of the week, as soon as I read it, I loved it. And I cannot wait for the next issue. This is The Last Ronin, The Lost Years, number 1.
That's
good choice.
So that's
excellent choice for pick of the week.
That's my pick of the week. Kevin Eastman did a wonderful job on that, and I cannot wait to see where it goes.
Yeah.
But at the comic store where I got those new books, I also dug through his back issues and found some pretty cool stuff. So check this out. We have Justice League America number 27, and this is the homage cover for The Exorcist.
Oh,
yeah,
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, I think I got that one too. That's a cool cover.
Here, let me
Well,
go
this
ahead and
helps.
do
Great
this
run.
real quick. Yeah, so
That's a great run.
I love this. This is when I was a kid reading comics, and,
Yeah.
and this series was big. So finding that cover is pretty sweet. Next, we have Action Comics number 597. Just a great cover. Looks
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
We've all been there.
exactly.
That's from the John Byrne run.
Yes, Byrne
Mhm.
and Leonard Starr. Next, we have Action Comics 651. This is a great Maxima cover. The day of the Krypton Man Part 3. Yeah, this is just a wild cover. I love every bit about
That
it.
is pretty classic.
When Maxima was a villain before she joined the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They
there's that.
need to bring her back. She was
Agreed.
cool.
Next, we have The Adventures of Superman. I like Superman. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. Adventures of Superman number 462. Homeless for the Holidays. Haven't read it yet, but I will. This is a storyline that I want to read. I just want to get all the pieces for. It's Dark Knight over Metropolis, and this is Adventures of Superman number 467. This is part 2 of 3.
Oh,
Cover.
cool, clever.
Yeah. So this is a Jurgens cover, and it looks absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I want to get the rest of the pieces for it and read the story.
It's kind of amusing.
I mean, Jurgens on.
It's amusing that Superman is illuminated and
yeah,
Batman is not in the same
Right.
writing. Like, how do you do that? I'm Batman. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Next
Jurgens on
is
Superman.
next
though. You
is
can't
an-
go wrong with that.
yeah. Next is a issue that I've been on the hunt for quite a while. I just didn't want to pull the trigger on the price. I'm stingy like that. If I can get it for less, I will. But I finally got a copy of New Avengers number 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've got most of the run. A lot of the big issues I don't have, and some of the lesser issues.
That's not the first appearance of Ronan, is it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Next, I have more New Avengers. This is New Avengers number 49. So
Ooh.
that adds to it. Sentry, Luke Cage, and Ares, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And
Very
then next, we have New Avengers number 51. Beautiful Doctor Strange cover.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Then we move on to the Mighty Avengers. This is a cover that I love, and I just have never seen it in the wild until the other day. And as soon as I saw it, I grabbed it. This is Mighty Avengers number 9, and this is Bagley art, gentlemen. This is Dr. Doom kicking the snot out of the Avengers. Yeah, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is one that I'm going to send off to get graded. It's just
Well,
wonderful.
it's Bagley. You have to do it.
Yeah,
Dude, everything Bagley's ever done, you have to. Next, we have Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 101. This is classic cover, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually a connecting cover.
To
That's
what?
I believe it's Web of Spider-Man, and it's in the same black and white background.
Ooh.
I
I'm gonna
remember
have
it.
to
It's
check that out.
and it doesn't line up number wise, but cover wise, it does. It lines up,
Oh,
because you see
wonderful.
Spider-Man bouncing on the other cover, and then he ends up over there. So
That's
Interesting.
amazing.
I found
Okay.
that myself about a year ago in a dollar bin.
Nice.
I paid $20 for that, and I was not happy about it, but it is what it is.
I was shocked when I found mine. I was like, in a dollar bin? I was like, hell yeah.
Take it. Here's another one that I didn't have. This is the Dan Slott, Humberto Ramos, Amazing Spider-Man number 1 during Marvel Now. This is just I think a now classic cover.
yeah,
The book is mighty. It is huge.
yeah, it is.
So there's
Humberto,
that.
Humberto Ram, he's my favorite Spider-Man artist. I loved his Spider-Man.
I liked his stuff for a little while, and then I kind of grew out of it. And now I'm growing back into it again.
Fair.
We got three more. This is Fantastic Four number 349. I just love the cover. It's Art Adams.
Oh, that's
Oh
it is,
yeah, yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the new Fantastic Four and the old Fantastic Four, and even a cameo from the Punisher.
I was gonna say, you
And
know, it's
this
the '90s
thing.
when they got to get that Punisher skull on the cover.
That's right. And then I got the last two I have is from 2099 Unlimited. That run, it was a 10-issue run,
Yeah.
and I picked these two up, and now I'm only missing one issue to complete the run, and that is issue 10. I have 1 through 9 now. This is 2099 Unlimited number 6.
Oh yeah, the Hulk 2099.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cover art, and I hope the rest of the issue does not look like that. Otherwise, I will be disappointed.
I don't think it did. I don't think it did.
I hope not.
Those
And
books usually had a couple stories in them, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
several. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Unlimited books only came out like every other month
Yeah.
or every 3 months or something like that. But then we have this one, and I dig the cover for this. This is 2099 Unlimited number 7. Can Doom save the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
That's
that is my haul for the week. Dan, you are next. Why don't you go ahead and show everybody what you got?
All right, I got a few things here. There are a couple books that did not come out this week that I just got them because I had a couple extra bucks this week, so I picked up a few things. So I got
Oh, and
I'm sorry
let
to
me know
interrupt.
your
yeah,
your
I'll,
pick.
I'll
of the
let you
week,
know when
too.
I get to it.
Okay.
So I got
your screen, your camera is a little blurry there, Dan.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah.
auto-focusing.
Yeah,
Good. I
something.
think it's good now.
Yeah,
I got,
it's all right. It's good to go.
Yeah.
Radiant Pink number 1
Mhm.
Nice.
and Radiant Pink number 2 because I get all the Radiant Black stuff.
There you
Like-
go.
Right.
The new Radiant Black, which is just a fantastic cover.
That is such a cool costume.
It is. This series it's fun and there's like the covers are so good on it. You know, month in and month out.
Mhm.
The new Blade issue 20
That's Moon Knight there, buddy.
Moon Knight.
or Moon Knight. I'm sorry because it says guest starring Blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get started, Blade. Yep.
Number 20 guest starring Blade.
Nice.
Nice.
And this is Bagley art, Spider-Man number 4.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
And
You
the
know,
Spider-Verse. Yep.
it's been a pretty cool series, even though I haven't read Spidey for a while, pretty much since One More Day. I've been trying to
Yeah.
get back into it a bit. And also with this Dark Web finale. I don't know why it says Dark Web finale number 1 because there is no number 2. It's just gonna be it's just gonna be that. But
They do that. Alpha number 1, Omega number 1. It's the beginning and the end. You don't need to. Okay, whatever.
then I got some of the DC Lazarus Planet books. So I got the Assault on Krypton.
Ooh, that's a
Awesome.
good cover.
Is
that
I
art,
normally-
Jim?
What?
Is that Mercy? Is that
I
Mercy?
think so I haven't read it yet.
Looks
But I
like
normally
art.
buy
Jim.
the A covers, but they only had like 3 copies of it left, and it was just this cover.
Wow, that's
Well,
great.
And then Lazarus Planet Legends Reborn,
Very
Nice.
nice.
Dragon.
Lazarus Planet We Once Were Gods.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, which was going to be my pick of the week, but since Kevin made it his pick, I'll pick another one.
Alright.
Flash.
It
1
can be
minute
your
short
pick.
special.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, we get some more variety out there for people.
All right.
So
So there it is.
I'll make my pick of the week this Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 9 because Cap is my favorite character. I love the Invaders, and
Yeah.
this run has been awesome so far. Even though I didn't care for the last run on it, but this one's been spectacular.
Cool.
I picked up this graphic novel, which actually came out a few months ago, but they were having a sale on graphic novels since they said it was a light pull week for some people. So I pulled the trigger. Fantastic Four.
Oh, full circle.
Full
Nice,
circle.
yeah.
Written and drawn by Alex Ross, and I'm about halfway through reading it, and the artwork is just absolutely beautiful. It
That
is
great.
some. It is some. I just got to turn to this one page when they go into the negative zone, and it's just. I mean, it is just
Oh wow.
gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
And then I also got in the mail 3 issues for this Kickstarter that I backed. Oh, geez, I don't want to say 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something, and they finally sent the books out. So it's this series called "We Are Scarlet Twilight," which
Mhm.
is
I've heard of it.
pulp style vampire sci-fi kind of book. It's pretty cool. So this is issue 1.
Ooh, that looks neat.
Yeah.
Mm.
And issue 2.
Okay.
Those were done in a previous Kickstarter, and then I saw it where they were doing the Kickstarter for issue 3. So I picked up issue 3 and then got the first 2 issues as well. So We Are Scarlet
Wow.
issue 3.
Nice.
And then there's going to be one more issue in issue 4 that they'll be doing a Kickstarter for sometime in the future. So the first issue was June 2021, the second issue February 2022, the third issue April 2022. So presumably, since they have it done, since they just sent these out now, presumably they will be doing the Kickstarter for the 4th and final issue sometime soon. But it's it's a cool book. The artwork is better than most of the books I have seen through Kickstarter. So it was a fun read so far.
Nice. Is that everything you have for the week?
That is it.
All right. Let's go to Sal, who is not in his chair. So we're just going to
I'm right
stare
here.
at his beautiful
Hey, there it
background.
is.
I wanted to make sure I
Sorry,
had
I'm
something.
bored you so much.
What's that? No. When you said you got something else, and I just realized I had a mail call that I wanted to throw in my stack, and I think I already did because I didn't see it on my
All right.
other stack.
Well, Sal, take us away. Show us what you got
what
for
you
the
got.
week. And let me know what your
So
pick
this
of
is
the
my.
week is.
I will. This is my pools from Heroes Corner Comics.
Mhm.
I'm not going to show you the mystery box pool because that will be here the rest of the night. You can check that out on my corner. So let's start with my regular pools. I got Sabretooth and the Exiles.
How's that been?
Not
How's
bad.
that been?
Not bad. I haven't
Okay.
read number 3 yet, but the first 2 issues were not bad.
Okay.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
hmm Okay, so
I have
these-
to say that for the X titles, I like how they're numbering things. The way it just looks, the 0, 0,
Mhm.
1,
Mhm.
2, 3. I dig that. No other titles are doing it like that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
It's
It's good.
illusion that
That's
they'll
good.
actually get up to issue 100, but you know they won't.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's
So-
not the point.
Just Sins of Sinister. This is the Stormbreaker variant.
Yep,
Ooh,
have
The
that one.
Cyclops blasted away.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Got the Sins of Sinister Emma Frost cover,
That's
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
and of course I got the regular cover as well. Which you already have.
There you go.
I actually didn't mind it. I read the first issue. I didn't find it meh. It kept me entertained, so I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
going with it. I got.
I love the
Wolverine.
part where he's like,
sorry.
"Where is my effing lab?
Yeah.
They took it."
So I got Murder War
Oh.
Wolverine.
There we go.
I of course got Dark Web Finale #1,
Nice.
and
Maybe it's like History of the World Part 1. We're gonna say
History-
Part 1. It's not gonna be a Part
There you
2.
go.
so
There
I got
you
the
go.
variant on that. I also got
Nice.
the Peach Momoko variant,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
and I have to say that I did not like her artwork in the beginning, but now it's slowly growing on me, and I like it now.
Nice.
Agreed.
One more with Venom.
Ooh, very
Nice.
nice.
Well, that's a nice one. Woo.
So the next couple of ones are 8 Billion Genies, and I'll go through them quickly because they're all variant covers. So
Ooh.
one,
Which what printing are those?
hold on, second printing. These are all second. Well, no, they're not. This one's a 5th printing.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Hmm.
It deserves it. It's that good of a series.
It's so good.
this one was also a 5th printing.
That's a
Wow.
cool one.
Hmm.
This one, also a 5th printing.
Holy smokes!
I missed out on all of those. I'm just. Gonna
I
have to
think
wait
I
and
have
get-
second or third prints for issues 1, 2, and 3.
I'm
I
just
got-
gonna have to get-
I got the first print of issue 1. That's cool. I
Oh,
got
I'm
I've,
just
I've got
one when it
Yeah.
came out, and but then I forgot to put it on my poll, and I missed it for like
yeah.
the next 4 issues that I had to wait till they reprinted them because I forgot to
Yeah.
put them.
I've got A and B
That's
cover for
cool.
number 1 first prints for 8 Billion Genies. Yeah,
This
that
one's a
looks
second
great.
printing.
I'm
And
just gonna
this-
have to wait and get the trade paperback.
This is
Oh,
also a
wow.
second printing.
That's
It's
awesome.
Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
One I would like to get. I don't know if you've seen it, where they did a variant for the first issue that was like the cover of Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
hard to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a cool cover though, but yeah, it's pricey.
Yeah.
All right. So
Ooh,
I also got the
Moon
Moon Knight 20.
Nice. It's been a great
Yeah.
run.
Oh
yeah, it has been. And also the variant to that.
Oh, I
look
like
at
the
that.
variant cover.
That's
really
awesome.
Pretty.
And I love this variant.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's awesome.
And one more variant.
We'll be seeing a lot more of Blade, ladies and gentlemen, with the movie that'll be coming out.
All right.
Mhm.
This one's called Strike Force Motori. Moratori.
Ooh,
Moratorium.
okay. Yeah.
That's
Moratori.
that's actually not. That's actually a variant cover of Sins of Sinister number
It is.
1.
It is.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
should
'cause
have
that
it.
was Wasn't that a New Universe book back in the day?
Yes,
Mhm.
it was way back in the 80s.
So we got the Scarlet Witch number 2.
That's a great cover.
It is, and it's been an interesting series so far.
Yeah.
And Scarlet Witch number 1.
That's
Ooh,
cool.
wow, that's nice.
Oh, that is awesome.
All right. So we got Detective Comics 1068.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
This is a badass variant cover for that.
That's
Uh,
cool.
Oh, look at that. Wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
hmm
Mm.
And one more variant cover for that.
Yep.
Ooh, look
have
at
that one.
that.
That's really cool.
It almost looks like
Wow.
Daredevil there with the way they
I-
A little
color.
bit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I thought of too. All right, we got a Venom, but we got a Venom.
I
with
love that cover.
It's a Pym.
Uh,
You'll
And
have to take it
particle-
up just a bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was trying to show the Pym
Oh,
co-
okay.
the
Oh.
Pym particle
Nice.
variant.
mm.
So he's wrestling a
love that.
rat
Yeah,
or a piece of pizza.
that's great.
We love it.
All right, so we got a Venom variant,
That's awesome. Holy crap.
and then we have the Venom 16 there.
Nice.
Got the Amazing Spider-Man the sketch cover variant.
Ooh, pretty.
It's weird that like didn't they do something just like that with Nightwing about a week before?
Yeah, I
Yep.
think so. Then of course, we got the regular cover.
Yep, there you go.
Mhm.
This is a duplicate because I picked it up. I liked it so much.
Oh,
It's the
homage
homage
to 100.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. One more. We got Gargoyles.
Nice.
This is not
I-
the embossed version, but
No, that's awesome.
I have the original of that over here in my box.
okay.
Yeah, I remember you showing it on the podcast the other night. Amy got upset with you.
That was
Yep.
after the show, I think.
Mhm.
Uh,
So here's I'm going to go with this one as my pick of the week, just because I
Yeah.
love the cover. And this is Good Boy number 2.3, and it's a metal
2.3?
cover.
oh,
Ooh,
Wow.
that's interesting.
That's a Amazing Spider-Man homage right there.
Yep, number 316. Yep,
Yeah.
but it's a metal.
Wow.
It's a metal cover. It's really
Oh,
wicked.
wow.
Wow.
So that is my pick of the week, and I got one
Oh.
more that I want to show.
Okay.
Just grab that from over here.
Look
this
at
is
Sal's
actually-
beautiful background.
I know
Oh, yeah.
this is actually from my mystery box, but I love this cover so much.
Ooh, that is awesome.
that is
Wow.
And I was gonna, I
Mm.
looked through this book and I was gonna say, oh man, I gotta slab this, but unfortunately, it's got a crease across the top, and it's got a couple of little dings here at the bottom.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
it won't get a good
happens.
grade, but
You know what? It's not even worth keeping in your collection. Just bring it over to me. I'll
All right, I'll just do whatever. So over
There you
there.
go.
And that is my
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it all here. Those are the polls of the week. So let's go ahead and dive right into this first topic. We talked a little bit about this on the Codex podcast earlier in the week. Jamie, Sonny, and I did, and we had a great conversation there. And I've been waiting until tonight to talk to you guys about this too. So it's After Dark's turn to talk about DCU's Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. And Dan is the man with the info, if you can, and he's going to go ahead and take this away and let us know all about it.
All right, so I'll just run down what he announced real quick. He said that they are going to move forward where it's going to be animation, TV, movies, video games, and everything is going to be tied together. So if you have somebody that's doing a voice of a character in animation or in a video game, they will play them in live action too. And they're going to have it's going to be like the MCU. Everything is going to be tied into itself, some more closely than others. He went over real quick where he said the next movie is going to be Shazam. And then after that, it's going to be Flash, and then Blue Beetle, and then Aquaman 2, which he said leads directly into, him and Peter Safran taking over, which I think everybody assumed Flash was going to be the lead in, but apparently it's going to be Aquaman.
Flash is supposed to be the reset.
The reset, yeah. So this is not the full part one. He said there's more, but this is what he announced. So for animation, they announced one thing. It's going to be the first project that they released is going to be a animated series for Creature Commandos. That Gunn said he already finished writing all the scripts. I think they said 8 episodes, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Then for the TV shows, they're going to be doing Waller for Amanda Waller, and they're going to keep Viola Davis and some of the cast of Peacemaker for that. They're doing a show called Lanterns, which is going to feature Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, which takes place. It's going to be a mystery that takes place on Earth, as he called it, Precinct Earth. And you might see a few other Lanterns show up in it. And he said it's going to be kind of in the style of True Detective. The next show they announced is called Paradise Lost, which is about Themyscira, but Themyscira in the distant past. He said it's a Game of Thrones type show. And the last show they announced was Booster Gold, about Booster Gold, his future loser trying to be a hero. And then the movies, they announced 5 movies. The one that he said will be the true beginning of their whole DC universe is Superman Legacy, which he said is scheduled to be released July 11th in 2025. They announced they were going to do a movie for The Authority, and they did elaborate that it is going to be the characters from The Authority. They're not going to be mixing in like other DC.
It's going to be Wildstorm characters.
Yeah, it's going to be the Wildstorm Authority. They're going to do The Brave and the Bold, which is going to be Batman and Damian Wayne as Robin. But he said that other members of the Bat family will show up in it. So hopefully some that we have not seen in live action yet. They're going to do a movie called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which is based on the Tom King run. And the last thing that he announced is going to be a live action Swamp Thing movie, which he said will be tied to the other movies, but not like super directly. Like it'll kind of be its own thing, but take place in the universe. He said any movies like the Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson Batman, the new Joker movie coming out, Teen Titans Go, those are the ones that he specifically said that they'll fall under the DC Elseworlds banner. He didn't mention it in the announcement video, but they did say later that for Superman and Lois, the new season is getting ready to premiere of that he foresees doing 1 or 2 more seasons of it before that ends. So fans of that show don't have to worry about it being canceled like everything else they're doing seemingly. And even though he said video games were tied into it, he didn't mention anything about any other video games.
He also said,
games.
I think he also included Aquaman 2 in that. Elsewhere.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, he said that whatever happens, or at least in the video, he said Aquaman 2 leads directly into their, what
Yeah.
him and Saffron are
So,
doing.
so from my understanding, and let's go ahead and get our conversation started on this. So chime in wherever you see fit, or I'll just go ahead and point around. But Flash is going to reset, and then Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, and Shazam, Fury of the Gods, all have kind of been off in their own little sections of the previous Snyderverse. And those, he said, will be easily integratable into the new DCU. So, and like you said, Dan and Sal, Aquaman 2 is going to be the last of those movies. Shazam, Fury of the Gods is first. Then I think Flash comes out this summer, and then Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2. And Aquaman 2 finishes the Snyderverse once and for all, leads into the new DCU. So all you Snyder dude bros that are on your couch clenching your chest hairs, you'll still be able to get to see at least some sort of ending for your movies. Yeah.
Going to Netflix.
No, it'll never go to Netflix, guys.
It's not going to happen.
So, okay. So let me give you my opinion on that real quick, and then let's get into the good stuff, because we don't need to have negativity around us.
Yeah. Too much good stuff.
The Snyderverse, guys, it was good. It was great, but you cannot deny that it was convoluted. It was a total mess, and you had a bunch of people that didn't want to be making movies in this cohesive universe, but they were forced to in certain ways, and those parts were severely forced into their movies, like the Wonder Woman movies and Shazam and Aquaman and things like that. I mean, it was barely noticeable that they were part of a greater universe. You only got that in Superman versus Batman and then Justice League.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go right ahead, Kevin.
The current DC universe, cinematic universe, the right hand had no idea what the hell the left hand was doing.
No, and there were blinders on and muffled feet and tape over mouths. It was horrible, but Snyder did what he could. I love Snyder's work. I love Sucker Punch. I love Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead and Man of Steel. Man of Steel, I think, is a great Superman movie.
Agreed.
And it was a great start to something that could have been bigger if people had not put too many hands in the cookie jar. And it was a mess. And you had heads of the company that did not want to use Superman at all, or use a different version of Superman or their own version of Superman. And it was ridiculous, and making Batman kill, which is something that is a core part of the character, something that he doesn't do. Sal left us. And things like that. They got some things right. They got some things wrong. I have not had a problem with any of the movies, with the exception of two. I'm sorry. Two. And that was Birds of Prey, which I thought would have been better suited as a Harley Quinn movie. Huntress was horrible. The actress is great, but the way they did the character was abysmal. Cassandra Cain. Exactly. Cassandra Cain. And
Ewan McGregor was good, though.
Oh, Black Mask.
We'll give him that. He was fantastic.
He was one of the best parts of the movie. And the girl that played Black Canary did a wonderful job. I thought she did great. And Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 was good. I even enjoyed Steve Trevor coming back. But halfway through the movie, it fell off a cliff and never recovered. Guys, the Snyderverse, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And now they have somebody that thoroughly loves these characters and enjoys being a part of these characters and creating a universe with all of these characters. And what has James Gunn said from the beginning? It's story driven. It's story first. And that's the most important thing. We are telling a larger story, and that's what we need people to do. And how did Marvel make it work? They told a larger story. And during these other different movies, Captain America, Thor, Spider-Man, all that, you knew they were part of this larger universe. And now they have somebody from that in charge of DC who knows these characters and has the same love and respect for them that we do. So oh, go ahead.
I know that we're talking the movies and TV and whatnot, but I find it kind of cool that they're doing this around the same time as DC is getting their comics back to cohesion.
Well, that's
Again,
funny. That's funny you say
reintroducing-
that. Because of all of this, there have been boosts in DC comic sales. People are starting to read them again. The comics
Yes.
were a mess too,
They
and they're
were, yeah.
fixing that. Mark Wade's
Yep.
coming in and taking care
Yeah.
of business, cleaning house, and fixing problems,
A
tightening
lot of
bolts
stuff
on
is selling
faucets.
out on they said like Booster Gold and Authority and some of the Supergirl book. Like a lot of these ones are selling out on Amazon because people
People want
are
to read
reaching
it.
to buy them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated and optimistic and excited about the future of DC for the first time in decades.
In a
honestly.
while.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll go ahead, Sal.
I was gonna say I heard another rumor that James Gunn's gonna pull in Bagley and take his art in.
Hey, Bagley worked for DC. He drew that Trinity book.
That's true.
God
Trinity
almighty,
book with
don't
Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
don't tease an old man like that. What is the matter with you? So okay, so the highlight of all this for me, and then Sal, I'd like you to take it after that, is Booster Gold. I am finally excited to see a Booster Gold television show on HBO Max. There's rumors that Chris Pratt is coming in to play Booster Gold. I think he would do just fine, but my personal pick would be Zac Efron. I think he would be
I
wonderful
can see that.
as Booster Gold. His comedic talent is really, really good. Just go watch the movie Neighbors with him and Seth Rogen, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But that was my highlight. Do what?
I said that movie Baywatch. He was funny.
Oh, he was great in Baywatch. Yeah,
Um,
go watch any of that stuff. But
And I was gonna say, and a Bad Grandpa.
yes.
So funny.
Oh my
He
God.
was great in it.
Sal, what was the highlight out of DCU Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters?
So I'm looking forward to the monsters animation show.
Mhm. Creature Commanders.
Yes. Yep. And I'm also looking forward to the Lanterns. And I like the fact that they went back to the original idea or concept of being Hal Jordan and John Stewart being the tag team partner duo in this. Because when the Lantern show or the concept came out for the TV series on HBO, it was originally them. And it was going to be like a Lethal Weapon type of, tag
A
team
buddy
type
cop
of situation.
show? Yeah.
A buddy cop show, and it was going to deal in space and on Earth. It was going to have both segments because they wanted to cycle through some other creature aliens that were also Lanterns at the time, but whatever. And that kind of got scrapped, and they went to Gary Gardner, and then that kind of just went off a cliff, and no one heard from it again. So I'm looking forward to the Lanterns as well. I am not looking forward to Booster Gold because I am not a fan of Booster Gold.
Oh my God, Sal's having technical difficulties.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe the movie will turn me around. I will watch it, and but the character has never been appealing to me. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a shot, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for it.
Dan, before we get to you, let's go ahead and take a look at what MJ on YouTube has to say. MJ says they should have focused more on core JL member stories than other DC characters in Phase 1. So, Dan, why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts on that? Because I know that kind of mixes a little bit with how you feel.
I mean, they are focusing mostly on Justice League. They got Superman, they've got Batman, they've got the Lanterns, they've got Booster Gold. If you want to consider him core or not, but he's been a member of the league many times for long periods of time. Supergirl too has been a member of it too. Not really Wonder Woman because Paradise Lost. I guess she's like most of the stuff that's not we don't really know very much about it, so it's not clear if
we've just got titles and concepts.
if she's going to be in it, if she's going to be a little kid, if she's going to come later. But
Yeah.
I'm not super interested in every project, but I like the fact that there's a lot of variety in it. So like Creature Commandos, you've got horror. Swamp Thing, you've got horror. Booster Gold is presumably going to be, some comedy.
Yeah.
You've got Lanterns, which sounds like a hard-boiled cop show.
Drama and suspense.
Yeah, Waller sounds like it's, it might be like and the image they used for it was the one from Suicide Squad, the first series where her in handcuffs. So you might get like some political thriller stuff with that. You got the, Superwoman or Supergirl's supposed to be like a sci-fi thing. You got all the superhero stuff too. If the Authority is going to be anything like the Wildstorm series, that's going to be like very political and stuff too. So I like that while it does feature some of like the big stuff, Superman, Batman, the Lanterns, like it does have, a nice mix of A-list stuff and, some more unknown stuff, and that there's a wide variety of things, that it's not all just superhero.
Yeah.
Like, they're all superheroes, but it's like a wide range of genres. So it's going to keep people from being burnt out and getting tired of it too early.
Yeah.
Fair
So I agree with you, Dan. I think that's what I think he's kind of. These other big characters have already been established, and that's why I think he's not going to start right off again with another big Superman or another big Batman type of flick. He's going to bring in these other small characters, and then Chapter 2 or whatever it is what they're calling it, what he's calling it, he's going to start bringing in these main characters to bring it, I think, into a more cohesive type of fit. I think that's where he's going with that.
Well, they also didn't announce everything. He even said on this, like, this isn't even all of the chapter.
It's only half.
He's like, this is some of it. We'll tell you the rest later. So, like,
well,
who knows
go
what
ahead.
the rest of it could be? It could be, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Flash. Well, like, I think that, and I don't know, but I would guess that they're waiting to see how some of these other movies, like how Flash, how Aquaman, I would guess they're waiting to see what the reception is for those and how those do before they decide, all right, are we going to integrate this into our universe, or are we just going to start from scratch with these guys?
Also true. Yeah.
Well, Kevin, you have been quiet long enough. It is time to unleash the hounds. Why don't you give us your opinion on all
Cry
of it?
Havoc. I'm looking forward to the Lanterns. My concern is that they're going to have them remain on Earth, which, I feel is kind of shooting him in the kneecap a little bit, because
Putting a limit on them.
Yes, like they're intergalactic peacekeepers.
Yeah.
And so they're bringing it way down. They're limiting the potential. I think it's a concern. I'm prepared to be completely wrong, but I just think that there's potential for that to be not as dynamic as it could possibly be.
Okay.
The other two that I'm really looking forward to is, and once again, I'm really concerned about how they handle the Authority, because I'm a huge fan of the Authority.
Yeah, me too.
But if they're not going to do it, I don't need them to do it based upon the comics verbatim. But I think that if they don't stick to the gritty, we're willing to do what it takes. Having Jenny Sparks be a chain smoker, and having Apollo and Midnighter be openly gay. They need to follow certain patterns. They need to hit these certain points.
It needs to be rated R.
James Gunn did say that the Authority was the passion project of his. That was the one he was the most excited about. So I've got a good feeling that I think he's going to stick as close as he can to that, like changing sexuality of characters and things like that, like Midnighter and all that stuff. I highly doubt that's going to happen. As far as the smoking and stuff like that goes, Possibly. I mean, Constantine, when he eventually makes his way in, that man chain smokes from morning to night.
But in the
So,
Constantine show, they kind of implied that he was a smoker, but they never showed it full
but that was
on.
on NBC, and NBC
That's
doesn't
true.
allow
That's
anything
true.
that even is remotely degenerate.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Talk
I
about
mean,
kneecap, shooting yourself in the kneecap.
heroes
Right?
can't smoke, but they can
Yeah.
drink. They can drink wine and beer and do
Yeah.
shots of whiskey, but they can't have a cigarette. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
And
But
sorry, go ahead.
no, go right ahead.
And the last one, I'm a huge fan of Swamp Thing, so that's probably like close to my number one thing that I'm excited about for this next
Okay.
round. I wish they would do it as a TV series and ongoing. They tried it before, and it just didn't get the traction that it deserved. They didn't give it a chance to really marinate in
I
Swamp
want to
Thing.
see Swamp Thing. I hope that it is really dark horror. I
Yeah.
think that it would be wonderful to have a truly unique superhero horror movie, like on par with The Green Room and stuff like that. That would
Yes.
be amazing.
and show just a skosh of what he's capable of as the embodiment of the green, the Parliament of Trees.
Yes.
Like he needs to show like no freaking joke as far as like what he's capable of. They haven't touched upon that in anything that they've ever
No.
done before with action
Yeah.
movies or TV or whatever.
Well, let's get some final thoughts on this topic here. And MJ once again chimes in and says, I think Paradise Lost is a story before Wonder Woman was born.
Yeah,
and
that's correct.
MJ, yeah, that's correct, I believe. But I think that we're going to see a lot of mention of Wonder Woman either towards the middle or close to the end, if she's not in the show at all. I mean, so yeah, it ties into Wonder Woman in one way, shape, or form.
I mean, there's supposed to be immortal, so you would presume you'd see like Hippolyta and some of the other.
Yeah.
The thing with that though is with that, because of the time frame, they cannot connect Paradise Lost to the greater DC universe at large.
Oh yeah, they
They've already
can.
established Batman and Superman.
Yeah,
like Wonder Woman should be relatively established by the time Batman is
right
at that point where Damian is even a twinkle in his eye, you know.
Well, Kevin,
none of these are going to be like he said. Or I mean, maybe not none of them, but he said they're not going to be origin movies. Like you're not going to do Superman's origin, and you're not going to do Batman. That they're going to be established because what I'm interested in is Brave and the Bold because I'm interested because he says it's going to be Batman and Damian, who he says is his favorite Robin, but. Brave and the Bold, anybody that reads DC is, that's the team up series where every issue is Batman and someone else, but it's not usually like Batman and Nightwing, Batman and Robin. It's like Batman and Deadman, Batman and Booster Gold, Batman and Arrow. So it would be cool if they do. I almost think Brave and the Bold would be better as a TV show where every week it's Batman and whoever else. But I would say if they're having them already established and Damian's going to be in it, that you could do it and still have all of the other Robins there, like timeline wise. So if you have Batman around, by how I figured, if you have it in this where he started being Batman, like his parents are killed when he's around 10 or so, travels the world for about a decade, learn all this stuff, becomes Batman around 20, then he could be Batman for, let's say, a few years, for like 3 years, and then he gets Dick Grayson. So he's established. He gets Dick Grayson as Robin when Dick's about 12. Right. And then, let's say 5 years later, when Dick would be about 16, 17, around then, he leaves to become Nightwing. And then Bruce brings in Jason would be a little bit older, maybe 14 or 15. So he's kind of, a little older, has got an attitude. He's Robin for, let's say, a year or two, gets killed by the Joker. Batman then goes for a year or so, can't have another Robin. They convince him, you got to have one. He gets Tim in. Tim, let's say he's around the same age as Jason. So Batman be around 31, have him come in, and then he's Robin for a few years. Then when Batman's around 35, he's like, oh, hey, you have this kid, and then Damian could be around 10, 11, 12, sometime around then. So you could go on a timeline like that where he could have all of these Robins and have his time as Batman by himself, and then still have him young enough where you could do like 10 years of Batman with whoever they pick.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Well, Sal, why don't you go ahead and give us your final thoughts on DCU Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters? What do you think about it? What is the final thought process for you?
I am looking forward to it. That's all I'll say. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll enter into it with an open mind, especially when it comes to Booster Gold, and I will sit down and watch anything that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. Kevin, final thoughts?
I am really excited that DC is finally beginning to live up to the potential that they showed so many years ago. It's about time. Welcome to the circus, Detective Comics. Thank you for being you and finally showing up for the game. This is going to be great.
Right on. Dan, final thoughts on DCU Chapter 1?
Some stuff I'm excited about. Some stuff I'm not. Some stuff I don't really care about. So, but we'll see as more comes out, more gets announced. The one thing I'm really excited about is probably Booster Gold, because unlike Sal, I love Booster Gold. I'm a huge
Sal
fan.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
We've gotten two live action Booster Golds who have both been completely subpar, and I'm looking forward to hopefully them doing it right. And I also follow Dan Jurgens on Twitter, and it was cool that right after this announcement, like all of these creators were going on, like not just fans, but like other well-known comic creators going like, hey man, congratulations on this, congratulations, and I just think it was really cool to see that on there too. So and even though I'm really excited for Authority, I hope that they do that justice.
Right.
And I'm kind of excited for Superman, even though I'm extremely disappointed that they decided to dump Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill was perfect.
I was telling someone at the shop, even though the reshoots on Justice League where they had to like digitally edit out that mustache looked terrible. The best that he had to work with Superman was the very beginning of the theatrical Justice League. And I can't remember exactly, but it's like he comes down, saves people, and some kids ask him something, and he just kind of stands there and he's like looking at them, and he's got, he has that smile, and like he just, like I said, the bad CGI on the mustache aside, like he just radiated hope. And I was like, yes, that's the Superman I've been waiting for. That's the one that I wanted, like where he's not, even though I did like Man of Steel, I'm like, he's not dreary. It's not dark all the time. It's like it's hopeful, and that's what I want. So I'm hoping that that's what they'll be able to capture with this one.
Right on.
I agree.
And my final thoughts, I like Sal. I'm excited. I'm excited about the fresh start of this. I've been excited about The Flash. I want to see that. I want to see Keaton back on screen as Batman.
Yes.
I want to see him interact with Affleck.
Yeah. But overall, Booster Gold is what I'm excited for the most. I am definitely excited for Superman and Brave and the Bold, the Green Lantern show, all of it. I'm looking forward to all of it. I think this is a great person to be in control of all of this stuff. I think he knows what he's doing. A lot of people disagree with me, but that's the good thing about this community that we're all a part of, is we can have these disagreements, but at the end of the day, we're all going to be in line with our tickets in our hands, just as excited as the next person. And that is what I love about this community the most. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and come down to start wrapping this show up. let's go ahead and do this last and final topic, and this will kind of be our closing arguments for the night. So, topic number 2 is the Choose the Next X-Man. Marvel's 2023 X-Men election is up for you to choose and decide. Make your mutant voice be heard. This is right on the Marvel.com website, and I'll go ahead and show that to you guys so you can see it. Give me 1 second here. All right, can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. So this is on Marvel.com, ladies and gentlemen. Make your mutant voice be heard. Fans can now vote in the 3rd annual X-Men election at Marvel.com/X-Men vote until February 3rd. So it's over. So you can't vote now. But yeah, these were the people that you could have chosen. Jubilee, Juggernaut, Prodigy, Dazzler, Cannonball, and Frenzy. So let's go ahead and go down the line, gentlemen. Who would you choose? Kevin, one word, one name. Who would it be?
Oh, I can only pick one. Okay. The
Yep,
one who
just one, because you can only cast one vote. You can't cast two, just one.
The only one, the winner, definitive winner. Cannonball needs more props, needs more love. They're taken away. Angel and Archangel, they never show him anymore. The X-Men need somebody who is a flyer. Bring in Cannonball. He has earned it. He has put in his years. He's gotten his lumps. He's paid his dues. Cannonball is the choice. But I also think, and this is a honorable mention.
You don't get to honorably mention when you're in the voting booth.
I know, but I have to just give it. They because of how they've treated Beast, I think Prodigy would be an excellent choice as well. They need somebody with a half of a brain on the team. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Cannonball.
All right, so Kevin chooses Cannonball. Sal, one word, one name. Who do you choose?
I'm going with Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Why Juggernaut?
He briefly tried to join the X-Men a long time ago, and I liked the way he was like just gonna fit in. He was like, he was talking to Wolverine. He's like, yeah, we've been in scraps. You guys kick our butt, we kick your butt. And Wolverine's like, yeah, we always kicked your butt. He's like, yeah, hold on a second. It was pretty even. We kicked your butt too. And he goes, I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I just, I want to do something else. I want to be more productive, or be better.
Respect.
And he became an honorary member or a short-term member of the X-Men at the time. So
there you go.
That's awesome.
I want to see more of that, and because he's Professor X's half brother, there could be some good drama in there, and it could relate to some good storylines through that. So
all right,
I like that.
Dan, what about you? One word, one name, no alternates, no possiblies, no maybes. Who do you have?
I'll just say for me, it came down to Cannonball, Dazzler, and Juggernaut. Cannonball, I was like, you know what? He's supposed to be off in space. He's married to someone, his wife from the Imperial Guard. They got a kid. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see more of him. But if you're going to do him, let him stay out in space. Put him with the Starjammers.
Okay, so no Cannonball.
Dazzler, I like Dazzler, but then I was like, she was on the X-Men for a long time. So I would have picked Juggernaut because, there's a connection with Xavier. I like that, I don't think every villain has to become a hero. And, I think they do that too often. And they end up giving up some, with like Venom, I think they end up giving up some really great villains to making heroes. But I do like the redemption arc that they've worked on for Juggernaut for, I want to say it's been like 10 years now.
Yeah.
He had his own mini series. Yeah, like Sal said, he was briefly a member of the X-Men when Salvador Larroca was drawing the book. He had his own mini series. He was part of Excalibur for a while when they did a new Excalibur. He had his own mini series that ended 5 or 6 months ago. And when they
it was a good series.
Yeah, it was a cool series.
An interesting one. Yeah.
And when they started this whole X-Men on Krakoa thing, he's not actually a mutant. So even though he's, an ally at that point, he couldn't get on the island. They wouldn't, he's not allowed on the island because he's not a mutant. So even though he really wanted to be and kept trying to help the X-Men, so I think it would be cool to have him join the team, finally be allowed on the island, because even though he's not a mutant at this point, you know what? Longshot was an X-Man for a long time. He's not a mutant. So that would be my pick.
So Kevin, you have Cannonball. Sal and Dan, you both have Juggernaut. I am going to Dazzler. Dazzler.
It's a good pick.
She was an X-Man for a long time. And well deserved too. In the 80s, I think she shined really, really well. And in the 90s,
what you did there.
And in the 90s,
the Outback team she was on was had some great stories.
In the 90s, she was awesome. She was kind of ruthless and stuff like that, and it was great. And I think that she needs to be back there. It's familiarity. It's a character that a lot of people know. A lot of us, older comic readers, we know who she is, but it would give people a new opportunity to reintroduce the character to them. People that are into pop music and things like that. Think Taylor Swift, but as Dazzler. I think Dazzler is a no-brainer. That's exactly who I would choose.
Definitely a good pick.
Dazzler in a live-action movie. Would you cast Taylor Swift?
I would. That would be my first choice, is Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift couldn't do it, I would honestly choose Kesha. Put her up as Dazzler.
Yes.
I think she'd be great.
Just because I disagree with, I'm the odd man out. I didn't pick Juggernaut. I didn't pick Dazzler. I understand and respect all those choices. Those are all good, solid picks.
Yeah, I couldn't go with Cannonball because he was part of the New Mutants, and when he was with X-Force, when he eventually started leading the team, it was just like he believed in Xavier's dream back in the 90s when Capullo was doing the artwork. He believed in Xavier's dream, but not enough to commit that much of his life to it. And what X-Force was doing is what he was committed to, which was outside that line.
He was trained and raised and taken on the best parts of Professor X, Magneto, and Cable. That kid is capable. I'm just saying.
He is a very capable leader and all that stuff, but the X-Men have enough of that. But like you said, Dan, leave him out in outer space. Put him in charge of Starjammers.
One thing that I'm kind of disappointed that with Cannonball too, that the storyline they dropped a long time ago and have not visited in years is
the High Lord.
Yeah, he's supposed to be an external. He's supposed to be immortal, and
only when he's blasting.
They
dropped the ball on that.
And that was a cool thing, with that when they introduced Gideon and it was they kind of made you think it was going to be Sunspot, and it's like, oh no, it's him. And then I feel like it's been decades since they've done anything with that. Yeah. And granted, now that they've got the whole resurrection thing, it doesn't really matter, but that was a pretty cool storyline that you could have done with him and kept it going with some other mutants, and they just completely dropped it.
That was the only reason that Cable joined the New Mutants and formed X-Force, was because he was putting all of his money on Cannonball being the next High Lord, external. And doesn't just,
that's how the cookie crumbles. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another awesome episode of Codex After Dark, chapters Mortar and Lies, because Sal hates Booster Gold with passion. That is a big lie. Big fat lie.
I'm going to pick him as comic character of the week topic next time.
There we go. I want to be on that episode.
I'm going to be sick that week. I'm going to be sick.
Well, there you go. Spot's been open. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, Kevin, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you when you're not here or on Comic Character of the Week on the Codex?
I'm usually in bed asleep.
Or getting a surgery
I created a book over on
A
Facebook.
book?
Oh my
Yeah, right
God. A
on.
book over on Bruce page.
It's called Wake Me Up Tomorrow.
I created a group over on Facebook called Comic Character of the Day, and we're also on Instagram under the same name. We post a different character, a different cover, a different question, anything funny, anything news related about what's going on in the industry. We're going to be doing a giveaway at 500 members. We're almost there. If you come join up, we can get that shipped out to a lucky winner. And
It's going to be me, guys. Not going to be anybody else.
Hopefully, Tim. We'll see how it goes. But come and check us out. We'd love to have you over there.
There you go.
Now,
Dan,
what's going on with you? Or Dan, what's going on with you?
What do you got, Dan? You're somewhere on the interwebs and you have things that you can do for people. What would that be?
Yeah, like Sal's got there. You can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Search hashtag Dan Kelly Art. Commissions are open. I post, try to do at least 3 times a week, art and music. And on Fridays, I've started doing First Appearance Friday, where I post original characters that I've created.
Kevin's
But I
getting
post
tired.
that. What'd you say?
Kevin's getting tired.
I'm already tired. I'm always tired. That's nothing new.
I post art. I post sketch covers like this Batman one I did a while ago.
Cool.
So check it out. Order a commission, and I'm almost at 500 followers as well. So when I hit 500 followers, I will pick someone at random, and they'll get the commission of their choice. Unless it's something that I don't want to draw, and then I will ask you to pick again.
I hope you pick me because I want you to draw a bunch of random stuff that have nothing to do with anything and put tentacles all.
You know what
over
he'll
it.
do? He'll probably draw me a picture of Booster Gold.
Yeah,
Going, Hi, Sal.
I'll pick Sal, and I'll draw a Booster Gold.
Speaking of boosting gold, Sal, you have a YouTube channel. Where can people find you when you are not all over the place on the Codex Station?
Well, you can find me on the Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube and under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
There you
Nice.
go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and close this out here. You know what I'm about to say, but it needs to be said. If you love this long form content that we provide to you several times a week, go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe, or follow button on wherever you're watching this right now. Leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to have a conversation with you. We did that tonight with MJ, and it was a pleasure. Go ahead and find us at the Codex Station anywhere on social media. All you got to do is type that in, and that is where we will be. Letting them know, hitting the like, share, follow, subscribe lets the YouTube algorithm and the Twitch algorithm know that we deserve to be shown to other people just like you. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we also have a website. That is thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs, including merchandise, and some pretty cool stuff is on its way. Merchandising.
Where the real money for the movie's made.
That's right. Codex the Flamethrower.
I'd
But
buy
anyways, we t-shirts. Okay, I'm gonna go on. There you go. Thecodexstation.com. Get your merchandise there, and you can find out information on all your favorite hosts of any of the shows on the Codex Station. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
on there yet though.
do what?
I don't think the 3 of us. I know you're on there. I don't think we're up on there yet, are we?
Well,
Yeah, we're not
like
out
I
there
said,
yet.
Like I said, all your favorite hosts.
Oh, man.
You guys are on your way. I know Jamie's working hard on that in the background, so don't worry about that, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
no, I'm not. Jamie kills it. He's
He's always doing it.
Dan,
he spends all of his
Dan,
time
Sal,
on
and
this.
Kevin will be there. Jamie, when he's not here, he's always here. He's always working in the background. Even when I call him and tell him to go to sleep, he won't listen, and he's like, I can't. I've got too much work to do. Jamie, you've been up for 50 days in a row. It's time to put the coffee down and go hit the sack. No,
Eat a sandwich and take a nap.
yeah, exactly. Go take a power nap for 3 days. It'll be all right. Anyways, my name is Tim. Over here is the beautiful Slab Guy Sal himself. Down below him is the ever talented Dan Kelly, and below me is the twisty maniacal Archduke Kevy. This is
Where I
After Dark.
belong.
Exactly. This is Codex After Dark. We are the Codex Station, and we will see you next time.
Much love. Peace.